Welcome to Cardinal Perspectives, a series featuring in-depth conversations with alumni, students, faculty, staff, and the extended family and community of the Catholic University of America. My name is Tyra Wilson, Athletics Advancement Coordinator at Catholic University. Today, I'm pleased to introduce this episode of Cardinal Perspectives featuring Ed Dolan, head coach for both women's and men's golf, and James Higgins, Assistant Director of Leadership Annual Giving for Athletics. Ed Dolan is in his 9th season leading the Cardinals after being hired in 2017 when Catholic reinstated men's golf and launched women's golf for the first time. Under his guidance, Catholic's golf teams have reached historic heights, with the women's squad claiming 4 landmark conference championships, including 3 straight, and multiple NCAA championship appearances, while the men's team secured its first landmark conference title and made its inaugural NCAA tournament appearance. Dolan's leadership has earned him multiple Conference Coach of the Year honors and helped develop numerous all-landmark and academic honorees across both programs. A PGA professional with more than 20 years of experience, Dolan brings deep expertise as a teacher and competitor to his role, having been voted the #1 teacher in Maryland by Golf Digest and serving at prestigious golf facilities throughout his career. Let's dive into the conversation.
Hello, my name is James Higgins, and I'm here today with head golf coach Ed Dolan. Ed, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks, James.
Wanted to start off first. So you're in your 9th year coaching here at Catholic University, starting in the spring of 2018. Is there a particular moment that stands out to you from your time here?
Wow, I mean, 9 years has just been a blink. I can't believe that it even said that.
Yeah.
But there's so many great moments, James. But I'd have to just go right off the head and think of last year at the conference championship. I mean, down by 4 or 5 shots with just 4 or 5 holes to go, and to pull it out and to tie.
Yeah.
And then to win in a playoff. I mean, that was one of the greatest moments I've had in sports, really.
Yeah.
So it was just a thrill. So that filled with many, but that would be the competitive, just absolute highlight. Tied.
Yeah.
Last hole, heroics. It was just great.
Well, it's unbelievable, and especially punching the ticket to the NCAA tournament too. Not just winning a tournament or winning, just a conference tournament with nothing after that. That's pretty special, even though it happened last year as compared to some time earlier. So that's definitely awesome to look back on.
Yeah, Division III golf's neat for that. Is that
For sure.
we get to, if we win our conference championship, we go directly to the nationals, and that's the thrill of a lifetime. So yeah, there's a lot riding on those moments. So we were happy to pull it out.
Absolutely. You kind of talked about this already, but last year, winning that playoff, the women's team secured their 3rd consecutive landmark conference championship. Obviously the program has been only around for 9 years, as we've talked about, but during that short amount of time, how do you sustain that competitive level of success and winning?
Yeah, we're lucky here at Catholic. I mean, we can attract talented players, and then if we can get talented players with common goals and just steer them in the right direction, we've been fortunate. So, but it all comes down to the players, the student athletes, and their willingness to put in the time and then make the sacrifices that it takes. So that's how we try to do it.
And that's a great pivot to our next question.
Yeah.
Along that similar vein, one of your student athletes, Lauren Lombardo, she won the Most Outstanding Senior Athlete Award last year, and she played an instrumental role in the playoff and in nationals as well. What did that mean to you as her coach and the women's golf program overall?
Oh, everything. I mean, anytime one of your top players or one of the best players in the history of the program can be recognized by her peers, and just to put us sort of on the map of importance, and that's what Lauren did for us and is doing now as our graduate assistant. So everything. Validation is great as athletes or in anything we do. So just so proud of Lauren, what she's done, and really sort of brought us into a competitive element.
And I think that speaks to the culture that you built, that she immediately came back as the grad assistant.
Yeah.
Not every program has an alum that comes back right away, but you've had multiple alum that have come back immediately upon graduating, haven't had to hire from the outside. So I think that speaks to the culture that you built in a short time and the sustained excellence of winning. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, it's nice to have people that are already familiar with what we do and how we do it and the language that we use. So we've been lucky there.
Right. Looking back at the 8 years going into 9 that you've had now, what are the hopes, or what are your hopes, I should say, for the team's development and success under your leadership?
Well, you always want to win. I mean, every coach will say that, but to win golf tournaments is not always in your control. So, just sticking to the plan and staying in our process and going through the basics over and over, and that's what the game of golf requires.
Right.
So just sticking to our basics.
Yeah, I would say that kind of highlights on consistency and accountability, and I think those are two big things that in sports nowadays might be lost. Everyone wants to be told they're doing well, or the constructive criticism isn't always taken, but staying with that process and being consistent, I think, is hugely important, and it holds the student athletes accountable to their performance as well.
It's so true. I mean, the ball doesn't lie. So
Yeah.
it's up to you to create your results. So
Absolutely.
accountability, if you don't have that as a golfer, it'll be a tough sport to play.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely. Switching veins a little bit here to the alumni piece
Yeah,
of
sure.
it, and I know that you've been here for 9 years. The program was around for a brief bit back in the 70s and 80s, so we can touch on both sets of alum. But do you have a story that highlights the ongoing connection between the alumni of the golf program and the team here at Catholic currently?
Yeah, well, like you said, or how you set that up, there's two pieces.
Sure.
We have sort of the Carey brothers from the 70s who were bringing back what they left for us, and
Yeah.
the other alumni, and then now we have our recent alumni.
Right.
And you touched on it in one of your questions, is we've been fortunate to utilize the graduates and our alumni to run our team.
Right.
It started out with Kelly Wright, was a volunteer assistant, and then Mary Colella, who was a champion player, was a GA for us, and Kaylee McDonald. Now Lauren Lombardo, Ian Clark played for us. So, just keeping everyone involved
Right.
in what we're doing, or keeping those
Yeah.
players involved, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great. It really helps build puts those bricks in the wall.
And obviously, the scope is different at a Division III compared to Division I or other Division IIs that you've had experience at. But what are some meaningful ways that alumni can give back, not only to the golf program, but to Catholic athletics in general?
Anything they can do.
Yeah.
That can be, giving is different for every person.
Sure.
It could be coming to our tournaments. It could be following us on Instagram, or just giving us a well wishes.
Yeah.
Of course, the financial support's nice to help us with our other endeavors, because, it's an expensive sport, as
Right.
you know. But any type of outreach, and we've gotten a lot
Yeah.
from our alumni, is important.
That's
Because
great.
it makes us feel good. And it gives them pride in our, what they left here when they were graduates.
Yeah, and I think having the GA being an alum is super crucial to that as well, keeping the alum involved, having those ties, knowing not only the players on the team, but recent alum that they played with, and keeping them tied in as well.
It's great for our brand, the brand of the school, and just the unity of Catholic. But that's the spirit here.
Yeah.
It's a great community.
Touching on, I guess this goes back to alum and current student athletes, are there any particular strategies that you use to help players thrive as both athletes and individuals when talking about team culture or performance?
Well, like I said, when you have talented individuals, it's just a matter of trying to build self, your self-image, your confidence. I mean, a great player is even better when they're confident. So whatever we can do to try to help them find what's possible for them, and to encourage them to reach for greatness.
Yeah,
So, and that carries everywhere.
that's excellent. Are there any values or attitudes that are most important to you in shaping your team's culture year over year?
Well, we have the game of golf has the spirit of the game. The spirit of the game is play the ball where it lies, leave the course better than you once found it, or better. So that's covers everything.
Right.
You leave whatever you're doing better than when you started. That's the campus. That's
Yep.
your friendships, your teams, and then also golf. The ball bounces in different ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. So the understanding that you still have to play it
Yeah.
is the lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
Things aren't always going to go your way.
Right.
And if they don't, how will you deal with it and make sure they're equipped
Yeah.
to handle the challenges. So that's the most important thing for
I think
us.
those are all great life mottos and lessons as well. Sometimes you might hit a perfect shot, but the greens might be rolling fast and it might skid on past, and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't bounce your way. And if I had $1 for every time you said leave it better than the way you found it, I might be the richest man in America.
Yeah, well,
which
that's good.
Is also, but it's a great life motto. Like, leave everything, not just the golf course or facilities, but leave everything better than the way you found it, and you'll end up better for yourself, and those around you will also end up better than they started as well.
Guaranteed recipe for success.
Definitely.
If every single person does that, then we're going to have a great university, great community, great team, great society. So
Absolutely.
it goes everywhere.
In your view, what are lasting benefits of competing at the collegiate level?
Touching on a little bit what we did
Yeah.
is it's not always going to go your way in tournament play.
Right.
Golf's a difficult game. So it's really learning how to tackle adversity.
Right.
And how to face up to the moments where it might not be going your way.
Mm-hmm.
But also to embrace when it is going your way and
Yeah.
to be gracious in your fortune.
Yeah.
So those are great.
Kind of staying on that evil plane and not getting too high or too low.
The game rewards that.
Yeah.
The game of golf
Yeah.
rewards keeping that way.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like life. It's kind of like karma. You don't get too high, don't get too low, and eventually, good things happen to good people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that's the sport. It's a lifetime sport. It's what we say. There's not a lot to learn about the game of golf.
Right.
But what there is to learn takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
So that one's tricky.
Yeah.
Meaning you have an entire lifetime to over and over hone these skills, and
Right.
it teaches you outside of the game.
Going off that answer, what have you learned most from coaching here at Catholic, from coaching these student athletes?
Possibility. It's easy to attempt to size up someone's capabilities and think this is where they're going to be going.
Right.
Some will live up to it and even more, and then some will surprise you. So never put a label on anyone. Just continue to nurture their skill and feed them with positivity and let their confidence and their positive self-image. They can reach tremendous goals or
Yeah.
tremendous heights. So
Sure.
don't put limits on anyone.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Last one here as we wrap up. Since Kevin has joined the department in June of 2023, a lot has been accomplished overall for Catholic athletics. What's something on the horizon for Catholic athletics that you think will make a big impact either for your program or just the department in general?
Well, I think it's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the staff members, we're talented. We have great coaches, focused, determined.
Right.
And then the school itself, our brand, attracts high character, very talented athletes.
Yeah.
So with those two things together, great leadership, great talent, great attitudes from the student athletes, I think we're just waiting to bust at the seams. I think
Yeah.
that we could, continue to be a dominant force in the landmark and in our region. So everything.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time for Catholic athletics.
Absolutely. We'll look out for the golf team here coming up in the spring season kicking off soon. For Coach Ed Dolan, this is James Higgins. Thank you for joining us today.